So now let's go over here to this vocal track.
Story of a gangster's rise and fall. Story of a gangster's rise and fall. Story of a...
Let's use the same plugins, keep the same feel and aesthetics, and then make adjustments.
Story of a gangster's rise and fall. Story of a gangster's rise and fall. Story of a gangster's rise and fall.
May have to do a little automation right there, but that's fine. So we got the vocal bus, and what I want to throw on here is ARTG mastering stereo.
Story of a gangster's rise and fall. Story of a gangster's rise and fall.
Let's see what this sound like.
I stand rejected.
Story of a gangster's rise and fall.
I stand rejected. I stand rejected.
Because it sounds like it's cutting off a little bit too fast. So let's just add a little bit more without the kick. So that way the kick is not involved. And I get more of the percussion sound.
I stand rejected.
Let me just show you real quick how I would automate this, right? So you press A to get into the automation, and you select the track that you want to automate. Hit the drop down menu and you select what you want to automate. What I want to automate is the delay. I want to automate the left mix and also the right mix, right? So first I'll do the left mix, and then I'll add another one, and then I'll select the same thing, stereo delay, and then I'll select right mix. So from here, I'll solo out the track, and I'll figure out if I don't remember which left, if it's quarter or eighth, whatever the delay time is, I'll just randomly select, crank it all the way up and see what it sounds like.
You wanna go long, but they wanna engage.
So now how I would do this is crank this down, add all of these points because I wanted to go in and out at certain times. So let's see what this sounds like.
You wanna go long, but they wanna engage. You wanna go long, but they wanna engage. You wanna go long, but they wanna engage.
So that's how you will automate the left and right channel. So that way you have one type of delay going in one ear and the other type of delay going in the other ear. So play around right here, you can get some awesome effects here. So that's that real quick. So let's see what this sound like all over again.
You wanna go long, but they wanna engage.
I stand rejected.
Story of a gangster's rise and fall.
I stand rejected.
So now we press X again. And on our sub mix, we'll throw a vitamin. Where you at? The vitamin stereo. And here, I'll boost up my frequencies, the ones that I want to accentuate or hear the most, I should say. I forgot one last thing. I copy all of these tracks and I take the stereo output, I send that to another bus, and I call that my mix bus. When you busing from the bus channel, you're sending like a copy of the signal. When I'm sending out the stereo audio, I'm sending out actual signal into another bus. So we're gonna call this the mix bus, and this mix bus will also go into this submix, pause. And on the mix bus is where I will put the vitamin, not on the submix. The submix, I don't usually put anything. Like I said, each bus gives me some dB volume. So I'll put the vitamin on the submix, which is all of these tracks right here.
I stand rejected.
Story of a gangster's rise and fall.
Clipping at 16. So that means we got to trim this and we got to bring the input down just a little bit. We got too much going on.
I stand ejected.
Story of gangsters rise and fall.
I stand ejected. I stand ejected. I stand ejected.
Alright, so now that we got that, the last thing I do before I bounce it out is I throw my isotope ozone 9 and I just hit it with a little AI. Pause. Master assist, leave everything. If you have a reference track, you can upload a reference track, but I do it manually and I just turn the volume down because sometimes that shit be going crazy loud. Another thing we could do, you see this 13.5, that is kind of OD. So, right, we put a smack attack on that, and we're going to use a stereo joint, put that on clip, close it.
I stand ejected.
Story of gangsters rise and fall.
I stand ejected. I stand ejected. I stand ejected.
So that would complete this beat making tutorial. If you found this helpful, please like and share. I'm Taurus the General. I appreciate you for watching. If something that you didn't understand or something I went a little bit too fast on, leave it in the comments. If it's something you like to see, also leave it in the comments. I'm Taurus the General. Peace, man. I appreciate you guys for real.